Let's get underway. Goodbye, music. We are going to have Team 4 on the left side against FTBRG. FTBRG with the map pick. They are going to pick Battlefield of Eternity for a second match of Bush League tonight. Thank you everyone for joining me. I am DJ Tyrant, casting for Nexus Commentaries. If you've never heard of this before, we are a casting group led by Zexorus. Zexorus is one of the players on FTBRG. And I apologize if we make a lot of Chen jokes, because Chen is his favorite hero, and we're all going to make fun of him for playing it. So that is just unfortunately how it's going to be. Again, thanks to Trolls.gg for letting me cast this fun little mini tournament league. And we are going to see Maev hovered here. Maev definitely a strong hero added recently to the Nexus. So I would not be surprised by this ban whatsoever. Especially on a smaller battleground like Battlefield of Eternity. Maev getting quite a bit more value out of just being able to be closer to her enemies, be able to rotate much easier. So I can't blame them for that. They did not ban the Chen though. So not wanting to give that to the Zexorus on FTBRG. Or I mean, not being worried about that at this point. Team 4, they are in 4th place right now. 0-2, looking for that first win of Bush League. FTBRG at 1-1, looking to solidify their space in second. We did just see Please Don't Ban Diablo drop 2 Tower Barons squared. We see the instant lock-in of Phoenix by Team 4. I think they have a plan up their sleeves of what they want to do, as we do see Zexorus not showing much care for that Phoenix pick. He's not too worried about it. And I almost wonder, I'm actually being serious here, does Chen bully Phoenix? I don't know. I haven't seen the matchup. I'm actually curious if that is something that can be done. As we do get down to the final moments of these first 2 picks for FTBRG. They got to pick up something to counter this Phoenix, though. It is going to be the ETC. First picked up, followed by the Stukov. So, second game in a row we see a Stukov. Very strong hero in the meta right now. Provides a lot of control over the map and a lot of good healing as well. And you can control if that's a big heal or not. And obviously the pool of silence is just, it just can be absolutely nasty to teams. These next 2 picks going to be very important for Team 4. I wouldn't be surprised if they do pick up their tank here. They're going to lock in like Grameen. They're going to lock in Lucio as well. So this will allow them to get the objective even faster and provide some solid AoE healing. Grameen is just one of those heroes you definitely want on Battlefield of Eternity, able to give that burst damage onto the Immortals. Bans now coming in for both teams, these second bans. And if you haven't heard, Blizzard did announce we'll be getting 3rd bans soon TM, which I'm excited about. I'm a little bummed that they're in the second phase of the bans and not the first phase, but we're getting more bans. Garrosh does get picked off here. If you've been watching any HGC lately, Garrosh has seen quite a bit of a resurgence. Just is able to disrupt positioning of enemy teams and provide that that AoE taunt, which is really, really impactful in team fights. We are seeing this second ban come out. It looks like they're hovering the Tychus, which to me would indicate that they're picking up 2 warriors here at the end of their draft. But they do switch from the Tychus to that Alarak. Alarak does get banned out. I can definitely understand the reasoning behind that. Alarak really is able to disposition Phoenix, or any of your heroes really, but Phoenix, it's going to be a mind game if you play up against that Alarak in wanting to use your escape between being able to use it and not be punished by the Alarak moving you back into their loving arms, silencing you, and then your toast. 2 pickups here for FTBRG. They need to get some damage on board. I expect some sort of range damage here. Maybe a Sonya as well to complement the ET frontline. Also give some significant damage. But it's going to be Cassia leading. Cassia, this is definitely one of the battlegrounds we do see Cassia on relatively regularly in pretty much all levels of play. From what I've seen, she's able to provide that blind and be a bit of a counter to this gray main lineup that they are going with so far. She also can provide quite a bit of damage as well. And we'll have to see, based on the lineup that Team 4 is currently showing, I would expect this to be a Valkyrie heroic picked up by Cassia. It's going to be hard to get that to bounce off the heroes currently in the lineup, but as the draft continues on, we may see this change. I'm wondering if we are going to see those 2 warriors picked up by Team 4. It is going to be a Sonya followed up by a Diablo. So 2 warriors. Sonya also able to help you really burst down this objective. But we do have FTBRG now on their last pick of this draft. Could we see a Johanna or a Dahaka maybe? Dahaka would definitely be something that Xerxes does like to play. Leviathan with a clinking champagne glasses emoji in chat. What is it? Oh my goodness. Okay, it is going to be the Chen from Xerxes. Oh, we make fun of him all the time for being such a Chen fan, but we're going to be able to see this here. I do think that should be an interesting matchup for the Phoenix. And I'm wondering if that is a good matchup for Chen or not. This is going to be interesting. We're going to learn a few things about some heroes. And probably learn why Chen is still a bad pick. And nothing is wrong according to Blizzard. Oh, but we are loading up into Battlefield Eternity. Once again, if you're just now joining us, this is Nexus Commentaries. We are a casting group led by good friend Zextrus, who is playing currently in Bush League, put on by Trolls.gg. Thank you guys for putting this together and having me on to cast some of these games. We did see our first game of the night was Please Don't Ban Diablo, dropping to Tower Baron Squared, solidifying Tower Baron's placement in the league so far at 3-0. That's a very strong first place for them. Team 4 looking for their first win of the season at 0-2, and FTBRG looking to move themselves up into second all by themselves at 1-1. We do have FTBRG on the right side. We have Rosai playing the Cassia, Shin on the Li Ming, Leviathan playing the Stukov, Zextrus on the Chen with the Biceps, and True Mr. Fu on the ETC. On the side of Team 4 in the blue, we have Lord Boo playing that Sonya, Schizophrenic on the Phoenix, Ender Wigan on the Diablo Dorshi 1 on Lucio, and Daz rocking that Police Greymane skin. So we're going to see 4-1 from both of these teams to start things off. That means the solo laner of each team is going to have to be really careful here. Zextrus is going to be the solo laner in the bottom on the Chen, and Lord Boo on the Sonya in the top. Lord Boo checking that bush. I'm a little surprised. We are going to see the collapse onto the Sonya here. And Sonya is in a world of hurt. Is able to walk away even after being so slowed there. And Chen is just going to get bullied off of this bottom lane here. They are going to have to rotate 3 down. We do see Zextrus getting the help that he is going to need to be able to continue with this lane. They do pick up the Lucio kill. That's a big kill. Chen does jump in here, starting to bully that Phoenix. Does have to use that blink away. Taking a quick look-see at talents, though. Do have some fun talents here. We do have that Thunderstroke from the Cassia. And Zex picking up accumulating flame. And now we've evened things up pretty closely as far as the XP is concerned. Diablo taking quite a bit of damage. Zextrus getting really aggressive here. Gets really low. Is going to get taken out by the Phoenix. Schizophrenic probably really happy with that kill there onto Zextrus. They were chirping at each other a little bit in the draft there. So that's going to be a point of contention for this entire match on Battlefield of Eternity. Looks like we do have a little bit of a fight breaking out. We did see Leviathan picking up that extended lurking arm, giving it 50% over 2.5 seconds growth. So it gives you a lot more area on the ground to silence and just cause all sorts of problems for the rest of the team. Because see, they can't even engage into this right now, as Li Ming is just going to continue throwing spells, trying to get some sort of damage to stick there. But even just as a zoning tool, does work pretty well. We do have Sonya and EDC duking it out in the solo lane. Pretty even for both our players so far. Both teams picking up their camps very quickly here. Timing is of the importance here, as we do see Phoenix starting up the damage onto this Immortal, and they're already winning this race. We are going to have to see FTBRG start to engage on this and start the defense. Phoenix getting focused on by the Chen, but is going to have to back off, and it does look like they are going to be able to trigger halftime pretty easy here. The big stun there though onto Phoenix, interrupting the escape. So great job by FTBRG to just completely collapse on the Phoenix And now they might actually be able to rein this back in. Looks like they are ignoring the objective a little bit here. Continuing to zone out. Just allowing that pressure in the top lane to continue to build. And Sonya is having to stay up there to contest against it. Now she does join the rest of Team 4. And they are able to push it to halftime. We do see FTBRG going on the defense here. Great job of zoning. That lurking arm is so annoying. You just absolutely cannot walk through that. Greymane does try to walk around, but is pushed back, and they're able to continue pushing the defense here on their Immortal. They have Li Ming continuing to chunk away as best as she can at the enemy Immortal. So they are slowly but surely starting to catch up, but this is going to be a 5-on-4 pretty quickly for them, and they're going to need to be careful about how they try to disengage from this. And they are able to successfully, I think, disengage and continue to let Li Ming pressure. Cassia is able to clean up the Sonya here. They are able to get the Lucio as well. They do not win the Immortal, but they do get 2 kills out of it. And they're looking for more. They continue the pressure on Zexer's in a little bit of trouble. Is able to drink, get that shield, and get right back into the fight. So Sevens now online for both of our teams. It's Immortal, about quarter of a shield. Is going to, at the very least, get this gate and tower. The 2 towers. Great movie, by the way. We are going to see both teams just continuing to soak Soul Lane, moving to the bottom while we have this engagement break out. And Zexer is all left out in no man's land, is going to get taken out. Goodbye, Zexer, getting a little too aggressive there. We do see, though, that Schizophrenic does take the 2 warp talents. It's 4 and 7, wanting to play as safe as possible. Maybe that'll help them against that kind of Chen lockdown that I think that did secure the kill early on in the game onto that Phoenix. They're going to pick up this camp in the meantime. FTBRG going to rotate up just a little too late. Not going to be able to contest against that. Team 4 looking good right now. They are in the lead XP wise, and they're looking to continue pressuring both lanes as they have them both pushed out. Pressure just continues to build in this top lane, and FTBRG just continues to have to respond to it. They've already lost that fort because of the Immortal phase. They are posturing around this Bruiser camp. This should be the next phase starting shortly, within the next 30 seconds. And we are going to see them actually call for an invade here. This could be detrimental, though. Heroics are now available for Team 4. And I worry about them engaging here, because this could be a huge wipe in favor. Oh, Chen does get stunned by the Apocalypse. They do back off with all of their lives. So, all in all, not too bad of a series of events for FTBRG. Leviathan taking quite a bit of damage, is able to back off a choice sound barrier there. They do go on to Zexer's here. He is taking quite a bit of damage, is able to drink out of that. Oh, but we do see the homing missiles from Phoenix. They will put quite a bit of damage onto FTBRG, but they're able to tap the wells and get ready for phase 2 of our Immortal phase. We do see Go for the Throat and Wrath of the Berserker on the side of Team 4. Here comes that Valkyrie, and it doesn't it got stunned out somehow, and Phoenix is able to walk away from this. I kind of want to go back and watch that again because that interaction was really interesting. We do see the lurking arm, or the arm of anime value. Zexus is going to use the Earth, Wind, and Water. Is able to back out. That's another. That's 100% shield immortal going in favor of Team 4. So this is going to be a pretty tough defense for FTBRG. Storm, Earth, Fire. I always forget what the name of that heroic is.
I will bring down the gates of hell.
Massive shove picked up by the Stukov. We did see it used on the Diablo during that engagement. Do you see Wave of Force for Li Ming? Valkyrie we saw used as well by the Cassia and the Mosh Pit for our ETC. They are going to lose this bottom fort, but they do get all of the shields chunked down off this Immortal. And really solid defense by FTBRG to respond to this Immortal phase. They are going to lose a tower. Oh, they are going to lose that tower, actually. They were able to protect against it. Graving Skill and Cocktail, just not enough reach on that to hit the tower to finish it off, so it is still alive. We're going to see 179 HP still on that, as we do see a couple of quest talents get finished up here by both sides. We see Lucy and ECC finishing up their talents, but you see the APOC go out. We see the homing missiles coming out from the Phoenix, putting out the damage. Leviathan is going to be the first to fall. A big mosh pit, though, connects into 3. We are going to see the Diablo does get taken out in the midst of this, so only one off of that. The Soundberry does come out to help secure the escape. But yeah, the Purification Salvo started things off there. Put the damage on. They were able to secure the kill on the Stukov, but weren't able to get much more after that, and a really great mosh by True Mr. Fu really helped keep that from getting out of control, and they got a kill out of it. So really solid play by both our teams. FTBRG, they need to really start winning some of these Immortal phases. They've already lost 2, and the last one that they lost was 100% shield Immortal. They were able to defend really well against it, but I worry if they give up too many more of these, or at least ones that are huge with the shield value, it'll be a big detriment to them. They do pick up that bruiser. Both teams pick up bruiser camps. And we are going to see FTBRG take up a defensive position here. They're going to be looking for some picks. Sonya, a little bit low on health. That's not what you want to see going into a fight, that she doesn't have that full HP bar. They are able to zone out Team 4, so they are going to start engaging onto this Immortal, and they are starting to win this race, and I think they can at the very least race this to halftime, reset how things are, and see how things are going from there. ETC going to be sent to respond to the camp pressure in the bottom lane, but now they do have to move back into this. How are they going to engage on this? We do see Zexus going in. We do see the Valkyrie connect onto the Sonya. So much damage onto the Sonya. And the Silence is able to keep her from being able to escape. They get Lucio as a follow-up as well. We do see Zexus finish off his quest to be the most annoying Chen player in the world. But they are going to be able to get this Immortal and about 50% of shields to start things off. So first Immortal of our game for FTBRG things are pretty darn even right now. They should be able to even up at least getting one fort to start things off to try to bring this game back in terms of structures for FTBRG. They just tear through this tower and this wall to start things off. ETC in the bottom lane, getting that valuable soak as Team 4 is fully focused on getting in on this. Li Ming does get focused on by the Sonya, takes quite a bit of damage. Greymane comes in to finish things off. Diablo gets sent to the other side of the world here. We do see him re-engage though. The continued pressure here by Team 4. So much damage coming out by the Phoenix, but not able to secure any additional kills. But it does enable them to focus completely onto the Immortal, and they should be able to clean that up without too much more damage being done to the rest of their infrastructure. So huge kill, a great engagement by Lord Boo, seeing that the opportunity was there, and Greymane obviously following up with a really strong attack to finish that assassination of Li Ming. Xerxes in a little bit of trouble, is taking quite a bit of damage, does get tossed over by the Diablo, is able to use that jump to that flying kick to escape, and we are going to see both teams reset here a bit. We do see Team 4 trying to get a setup here, but it looks like they not going to be getting what they want, is they are going to lose the siege camp on the top side of the map, as FTBRG was on the complete other side of the map, clearly. This is going to prompt Team 4 to, in response, grab this siege camp, get it uncontested, and we are now going to see our next Immortal phase begin. This is the part of Battlefield of Eternity where these Immortal phases can really roll a team to victory if they're not carefully dealt with.
There is no escaping my justice.
So I'm curious to see if FTBRG is going to go for the defensive posture again. They do have ECC pushing back the double bruiser camps in the bottom lane. But he is going to join the rest of the team. They are going to pick up a very defensive posture to start things off, as we do see level 16s for both of our teams start things off. And FTBRG, they feel like they have to respond to this bottom lane pressure, and I can't blame them. That Shaman camp, that thing can just push forever if not dealt with. And this is going to get Team 4 to come down to this bottom here and start pressuring this Immortal, and they're going to get a lot of damage in here before. Oh, but we do see that Greymane does get hit by the Valkyrie, and no, we get 2 hit by the APOC. Mostly as an escape tool. They did use Sound Barrier as well. A lot of heroics used on the side of Team 4. FTBRG, I believe they have most of their heroics up, if not all of them, and they're just gonna do what they can to just poke away at this Immortal. And with the Li Ming, they can kind of get away with that. We do see some great zoning and positioning by True Mr. Fu. You do see this front line just getting a lot of work done on FTBRG. Sonya going to get stunned out here, and that should be getting completely dropped down. We do see the Phoenix, though, gets focused on, is able to back away from this fight, and I don't know, though. I don't think Zex is going to let him get away for free. It is going to get killed, and we do see now the Cassia starting to put work into this Immortal. And that triggers halftime here. 2 down for Team 4. It's going to be very hard for them to defend against this Immortal from FTBRG. Picking up this Immortal, and also when this Immortal does get put into play, there's going to be a little bit of a delay in them being able to defend it. They do. I love this from Team 4. They did pick up the siege camp in the midst of all this. They realized the predicament they were in. They got what they could out of it. They set Greymane up top to finish that off, get that done, get that pressure in the top lane. This is going to prompt ETC to take care of that. And Sonya is thinking about engaging on this. I would like to see the Sonya be aggressive here. And the position is very aggressive for the Sonya, but not going to choose to engage quite yet. The Valkyrie does go on to Greymane. Greymane does get stunned out. The stuns are real. The big shield from our sound barrier of Lucio is able to get Daz out of dodge there. So great job by Dorshi 1. Cassia finishing up that lightning quest. And we do see this Immortal continue the pressure to this bottom lane, starting to even things up for FTBRG, and now they are pressuring this keep. This is potentially keep here, especially with the Li Ming able to provide that range damage, and Zexer is just doing what he can to just be a pest and really disrupt the front line of Team 4. And now this Immortal is going to go on to core, get a little bit of damage in there. It won't be able to get any sort of permanent damage on there. It might get the shield down, but that will be about it. We still have ECC and Sonya duking it out here. Sonya doing a great job of clearing things up and pushing out this lane so far. And we do see FTBRG going to take the invade on this bruiser camp, and they will be able to get it uncontested. So great job by them, recognizing that that was available and recognizing that they had a really good opportunity to get that essentially for free. And this ETC Sonya matchup just continues to just go back and forth. But Sonya has to realize that there's got to be a rotation coming. Heroics are, or Storm Talents are available now for FTBRG. They're going to commit hard into this kill. They are going to use the Valkyrie and the Arm as well. Arm has a really short cooldown, the Massive Shove. So I don't blame them for that. And this prompts them to go for this keep. And this should be a pretty much free keep for FTBRG to start things off. The Apocalypse does land onto ETC. They focus their damage onto the ETC to start things. And we do see the Storm Shield does come out from the ETC. That's one of those Storm Talents you don't see picked too often, but I do like it in this situation. The Sukov doesn't have the Storm Shield at level 20 for you to be able to use, and it provides you that big burst of shielding to be able to survive some of these burst moments, like that that purification salvo from the Phoenix. But this is going to give them an early lead onto this Immortal phase. Storm Talents do come online for Team 4. We're going to see some pretty standard talents from both of our squads here. Lord of Terror is going to be picked up by the Diablo. Stealing health is always good. We'll have to see if that works out for our Diablo player in the end. But they're already down half HP. Halftime was reached by our red team, FTBRG. And this is turning into quite the long game. Oh my goodness, this top lane is just going to get taken out by this camp that was picked up. We do see a race on the Immortals starting now. And we do see this keep continuing to stay alive. But the Immortal race should be won by FTBRG. They are going to win it by about 7,000 XP. And now this siege camp
Team's core is under attack.
is a little bit dangerous. We are going to see Team 4 does respond to this. Clean this up. And now they're down both of their keeps. And this is a very dangerous Immortal. Even with the limited shielding that it has, this is a scary Immortal that FTBRG is walking into the core area. They do need to have some sort of engagement outside of their base, and that is what they are trying to get done here. Sonya is just hanging out in the back looking for someone to pick off. Oh, she is going to be able to potentially pick off the Li Ming. Li Ming is still alive, does get killed off the Cassia as well, but that core damage, is too much. It is going to be FTBRG doing a great job distracting Team 4 at the end of the match there and earning themselves a victory, putting them at 2-1, second place in the Bush League after 3 weeks. Thank you guys for joining me. My name is DJ Tyrant. I'm part of Nexus Commentaries. You've been watching Bush League, put on by Trolls GG. Check out trolls.gg/bush-league for all info on that. And we are going to, I believe, end it there. We'll take a quick look at some of these closing stats. We did see Zexers and Schizophrenic get a little bit chippy at each other, and both of them leading their respective teams in hero damage. And both of them with 2 deaths. So interesting how that played out. But thank you, everyone. We'll catch you next time. Make sure to follow the channel if you're interested in all sorts of Heroes content. We're a casting team put together by Zextrus, who you just saw playing Chen on